Oh, yeah. Okay, I like these guys.
Interesting, too. I did not expect to be as interested in as I was.
Is this Kate Middleton? Kate Middleton, Princess of Wales, has taken a number of weeks off of royal duties, and it's caused some to believe that the public are not being told something. Conspiracies have ranged from her being far more unwell than we are being told, to that she's got a Brazilian butt lift.
She's been gone just as long as a BBL takes to heal.
To calm the public, she released this photo of herself with her children on Mother's Day, which drove the media into a frenzy, giving Archie and I an idea. Are the media so hungry for royal news that they'd interview anyone who claimed to know something about Kate and her famous photo? How carefully would they check? One globally famous journalist is Tucker Carlson, who, having been fired by Fox News, has interviewed Putin and covered some really important stories.
And there's also a plus-sized, obese purple M&M, so we're going to cover that, of course.
As well as giving airtime to utter crackpots.
I mean, you're the only person on this set who's had sex with Barack Obama.
He now broadcasts on his own streaming service.
Yeah, okay, I'll say it. This channel has gone south. The Duluth Dyson is a figure that has never been known to lie. Larold Sinclair. Talk about the M&M stuff, that's fine. Okay, but the Dyson of Duluth absolutely sucked Obama's shit sideways. This is a matter of fact. It is a matter of historical record. He sucked his shit sideways while simultaneously Obama did crack cocaine that he had brought for himself. Obama bought cocaine for the Duluth Dyson, but he brought his own personal crack cocaine to do crack before getting his shit sucked sideways. And potentially from the back as well. Now, of course, Larry, who is an honest broker, has never lied, did not mention that he sucked Obama from the back. So we do not know if that's a fact.
And shares clips to his 12.5 million Twitter followers. But just how desperate would he be for a global exclusive? To put this to the test, I sent him an email claiming that Archie was Caton Williams' digital content creator, who had been fired for photoshopping the image so badly people saw it was fake.
Tucker Carlson's people have replied.
Saying what?
They're calling today at 6 p.m.
Okay,
Yeah.
right, fine. I'll await that call.
As I was abroad, Archie waited for Tucker's people to ring.
Okay, here we go.
So yeah, I was just saw the email that you had sent. So if you could just kind of explain story.
I was working for the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge as they were then, and the Prince and Princess of Wales. We all work out of KP at Kensington Palace, and I was asked to edit a photograph that was going to be sent out to all mainstream media. The media outlets that we release our images to, so AP and those kind of image distribution companies, noticed that this image had been doctored. They haven't yet noticed that the image actually itself is old. They recalled it, and now I've been fired.
That's, I'm sorry to hear this, by the way, that sucks.
That's okay.
So you'll be able to send us like the original, and then also so we did bring you on, you can show the original verse.
Yeah.
Do you have just proof of your working there, all that stuff? That's not because I don't believe you. We have to ask it for every single person.
Of course.
Thank you, George. Appreciate it.
I can't even imagine what is going on in London right now with Archie. I imagine he's not very calm.
Oh my God!
The next day, excitable Archie interrupted my holiday again.
Good morning, Joshua.
How did it go?
I spoke to the head of booking for Tucker Carlson. She does want some proof that I worked there, but that's not, and I quote, because she doesn't believe me. She does believe me. So I'm going to set you some holiday work. Are you ready? I need proof of employment, so a letter of engagement between me and the Prince and Princess of Wales.
Where am I going to get that from?
Just use Photoshop. It's easy. That's what everyone else is doing at the moment. It's very in.
We have to actually prove that they're doing something wrong, not that you are just somebody who works at the
Exactly.
palace.
So just make it silly, because I want to see whether these people actually check their sources. So I have promised them the original copy of the photograph before.
Why?
Kate. I thought it'd be quite fun. So if you could unedit Kate's photo back to the original,
Yeah.
you're good at this kind of shit. You love all this. Basically, just Control Z shit out of it.
So rather than doing a holiday shop, I got to do a Photoshop to re-edit the previously edited image of Kate to make it look like it was unedited. I removed Kate's left hand, fiddled with a 5-year-old Louis' waistband, added a rugby ball, and then made it look like this photo was taken in December by adding a Christmas tree. This would be our unedited and original family photo. Whilst Archie had a meltdown, I got to work on the letter of engagement.
Okay, I quite like this. So that's their emblem. That's great. It says Kensington Palace. And then there are 3 words there in Latin, which actually translate to every little helps, which is the Tesco slogan. In this fake engagement letter, I have to put some things in, things that are so ridiculous that Tucker Carlson's people read this. Why on earth did they let you on the show? They must have known that this was a joke. Number 9.3 I've added in, which I think is actually quite important. It states that if you fail your probationary period, the company retains the right to amputate 1 limb of their choosing.
I sent Tucker's people my dodgy work. A short while later, they confirmed the interview with Archie.
Okay, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I can see why like they wouldn't go through the fine print. You know what I mean? Or they did read it and realize, like, man, the Royals sure have some weird rules. Like, they ask about it in their interview. It's like, what's going on? It seems like the Royals have some really, I would say, ruthless rules about what happens if you violate a contract.
And he headed to a TV studio in the heart of Westminster.
I am breaking it.
You sound by all means like you have worked at the palace for quite a while, so half the hard part is already done.
Thank you. Welcome to Carlson in the studios. Okay.
Wait,
on the right base. Yeah, brilliant. Thank you. There you go.
Wait, what do you mean Tucker Carlson? What, is he in England? Is Tucker Carlson in England? What the fuck's going on? Oh, Tucker Carlson has, it's remote. It's the remote facility. Okay. Oh, God, I'm so stupid. I've literally done this for Piers Morgan. Except his one is like actually on wheels. I assume they just like rent out a studio space so that they can have like a satellite. Bro fell off so hard he left the nation. Yeah, that's what I thought. For a second I got really excited.
No, not at all. Sorry.
Oh, it's upstairs, Westminster Studios.
Is this Westminster Studios? Westminster Studios, Tucker Carlson. Is it possible to have a glass of water in there as well?
Why did you leave?
Because I didn't do a good enough job.
Oh, right.
Incredibly, Archie and all of his limbs were in the studio, moments away from speaking to Tucker Carlson. Surely he'd spot something was up and call off the interview.
It's cheap money. Okay. Turns out the picture was not entirely real. The question is why? And tell us, and we've done our best to verify that we were dead news. But say it is, we're not a fake Navalny, we're not being prank, but I can say there's so much so if you would tell us, what did you do for Middleton?
So just before the coronation, I was asked to help out with some of their videography. I was then taken on in mid-May as their as their producer of digital content. And my job was to film them when they're out and about on public engagements.
And you did that until when?
Yesterday morning.
Having established who Archie was and what he did, Tucker asked him to explain his story.
So I was asked to edit a photograph, a now quite famous photograph of the 3 Cambridge children and the Duchess, which was released to celebrate Mother's Day. I was fired for negligence because the editing that I did was found. The reason the editing was shoddy is the editing job was almost too big to do. That photo that William and Kate's office and them themselves now have said they took last week to try and show Kate in good health wasn't at all taken last week. It was taken actually by Kate's uncle in Christmas time, and I had to edit out a Christmas tree.
It's an amazing story. So you did this with their knowledge. You edited out the Christmas tree and their knowledge.
I mean, when Kate and William put that photo out, they knew that photo was taken at Christmas, and they put it out alongside a statement wishing everyone a happy Mother's Day, and told the world that William took it only last week. He didn't take it. Gary Goldsmith took it, and it was taken at Christmas time.
I know, they want something to don't fire the people back in the post.
Thank you so much for allowing me to tell my story, Zucker. I appreciate it.
That was really, that was great, and it was really interesting, too. I did not expect to be as interested as I was, and that was because you told such a great story. Well, thank you so much.
There you go.
Great. Thank you.
The recording done, Tucker's people told Archie the interview was wonderful and it would likely broadcast early next week. So keep your eyes peeled to tuckercarlson.com next week for the full interview with the man who had absolutely nothing to do with Kate Middleton's photograph.
Oh my God, they didn't even fucking correct it. Okay, I was gonna say, this is dangerous, okay? I can't believe you guys didn't wait for it to be released. I mean, I think they probably released it before it was released to be like, let me tell you something, okay? Very high likelihood that they released it early because they probably thought like, oh my God, this is going to literally dupe people and they don't want to be responsible. No, I'm telling you right now, these guys are like very well-intentioned, like liberal dudes for the most part. They've done this. They've done a lot of these pranks. I suspect they didn't want to let Tucker Carlson release this because they probably thought they would get caught in the process. But because they just ate it up, because Tucker Carlson just simply ate this shit up, they wanted to get ahead of it to be like, listen, we're washing our hands of this thing. We don't want to get legal liability. I think what would be really crazy is if Tucker Carlson released it anyway. The funniest outcome of this would be Tucker Carlson releasing this as though it is definitely real, knowing full well that it was fake, not giving a shit because he wants to make money. And then these two beautiful boys getting fucking arrested under some like ancient British law that requires them to be flogged by the burliest executioner. Oh, so people actually been doubting that picture of Kate. Do people still think she can't pose and smile for 10 seconds?